Hello everyone, this is Mason and welcome to my cultural self-assessment presentation. First, I'm gonna introduce my outline of my presentation. There are three main parts. First one is the background of origin and the worldview, which includes the CQ intelligence self-assessment and the developed plan. Second one is my developed plan of the career interest. Last one is the topical area of interest with the implicit bias project. First, I'm gonna introduce my orange and overview based on my family and education background. Actually, I born and spent more than 20 years in China, so I influenced by the traditional Chinese culture, like the Confucius culture for the long-term planning, the neutral and the non-expressive, and I prefer to separate work and personal life, as so I'm punctually in my daily life. And also, I have spent 3 years in the United States to process my undergraduate and the graduate degree. So I feel I enjoy to adapt to the new cultural environment, which is different from China. When it comes to my worldview, I would like to say that the worldview is a really important way for us to have a look on ourselves and others in all over the world. I remember someone said that worldview is like an invisible pair of eyeglasses that you put on to help you see reality clearly. So, if you choose the right pair of glasses, you can see everything vividly and can behave in sync with the real world. But if you choose the wrong pair of glasses, you may find yourself in a worse plight than the blind man. So, thinking you see clearly when in reality your vision is severely distorted. And I think my worldview actually was come from my family, where my parents gave me the very first experiences, and then it went to the national area of my countries, and finally it went to the worldview that when I go abroad to process my master degree in the United States. So, and in the experience of exploring the worldview, I think the world is different in the politic, legal, economics, and the cultural. So the conflicts must be happened because this kind of differential. So the people comes from different cultural environment should share their values to each other to make sure that they can make things successfully. And next, I'm gonna introduce and analyze my CQ intelligence self-assessment. Overall, I got a low score on CQ drive, the moderate score on CQ knowledge, CQ strategy, and CQ action. To be more specific, I got a high intrinsic interest and low extrinsic interest score and the self-efficiency score on the CQ drive. And I think this result should be higher because I thought I'm motivated to learn and adapt to a new cultural environment. Next, I got a moderate score on business, value, norms, and leadership on CQ knowledge, but I got a high sociolinguistic score on CQ knowledge. This result meets the expectation of mine because I think I have a good knowledge in law because my undergraduate degree was law and sociolinguistic. but uh, I have limited knowledge on the management and the leadership because I have a less full-time experience on the management companies. So I think this is the knowledge that I want to possess in the future. And then I got a moderate planning score, a high awareness score, and a low checking score on CQ strategy. I think this result should be lower because I thought I should redouble my efforts on planning and checking in the multicultural interactions. Last, I got a moderate speech X and verbal score and a high nonverbal score on this CQ action. This result meets the expectation of mine because I think I have a good nonverbal behaviors, but a limited speech and communication behaviors. And also, I think I'm more indirectly than the students in the United States because of the traditional Chinese cultural influence in the communication process when I communicate with other peoples in the class. Next, I would like to share 3 parts in my develop plan. First one is my present challenges and future opportunities in the multicultural environment. I think I'm not proactive enough to check assumptions when I'm working with someone who has different cultural values and background. And also, the multicultural management is one of the global opportunities that I want to pursue in a new cultural environment. Second, I would like to share my lowest subdimensions and self-ratings in the CQ self-assessment. The top 3 lowest dimensions are self-efficiency, extrinsic interest, and checking, which means that these results show that I didn't have the confidence to be effective in culturally diverse situations and didn't have the extrinsic interest to gain benefits from culturally diverse experience. And also, it showed that I have a limited ability on checking assumptions and adjusting mental maps when experiences differ from expectations. So I develop action steps to improve my self-efficiency. First, I choose to maintain control in the multicultural environment, to be more proactive, to adapt to the new culture, and learn from an error like the differential in the different cultural background might make some misunderstanding. The last step is that we should try our best to experience the cross-cultural opportunities to enhance the ability of self-efficiency. The second part, I'm gonna introduce my developed plan of the career interest. Actually, after finishing my graduate studies of cross-cultural communication, I plan to return to China to seek a career in communication strategies like an NPO or NGO, which is focused on spreading traditional Chinese culture like the Chinese calligraphy. Because this is because that I have an intense interest in traditional Chinese culture. I think it's no doubt that the digital communication is leading the trend of public communication, but actually my knowledge and skill set in this respect leave much to be desired if I want to if I want to embark on a career in promoting NPO or NGO activities and campaigns by virtue of integrate and interactive digital communication. So, to my knowledge, the communication range of the NPO and NGOs in this respect is mainly limited to China. So what I expect to do is to develop their international business and thus promote Chinese culture worldwide rather than just in China only. So that is my career interest in the future. And next, I'm gonna introduce my topical area of interest. Actually, my field area of interest is the global brand marketing in cross-cultural background. I would like to choose Starbucks as an example to analyze how it adapts to the local taste when going broad, such as China, Japan, and so on, lots of countries. Since I think Starbucks handled Seattle coffee shop Orange, the company has become a global brand we know today. But Starbucks conscientiously caters its business and marketing to any culture or country Starbucks has presence in, such as the company websites. So I think China is a characteristic case study for me to analyze because of the tea culture and the large population, which are all the cross-cultural issues for Starbucks to overcome in the global brand marketing. To be more specific, I would provide the different cultural factors between the United States and China based on Hofstede theory and the Starbucks official website to explore the advantages and disadvantages of the intercultural brand management in Starbucks. And also, I will provide internal and external brand management strategy in this situation. In the meantime, I'm gonna explore how degree that the old people and young people accept the new culture of Starbucks in China, because you know that the tea culture is very popular in China, but I think the tea culture is more popular for the old people in China than the young people. So I gotta know how the old people and young people accept the tea culture emerge with the Starbucks coffee culture in China, which is related to the cultural field like the age test, like the old people and young people. I think is a kind of cultural field to explore. So I have took the HITI test in implicit bias project, and my results show that I have a strong automatic preference for young people over than the old people, and the percent of web respondents which each score for young people and old people are somewhat same as me. So I think this result would help me to have a good knowledge and secure drive knowledge on my interest field and future analysis of my project. And these are my references. Thank you.